Hello guys, yesterday I had some setbacks trying to record and it wasn't going, so I'm sorry this video is coming late. Okay, yesterday I learned how to use the h1 tags to the h6 tags, the h1 being the highest, having the highest font, while the h6 having the smallest font. I learned how to use the paragraph tags, I learned how to use the anchor tags, I learned how to use the button tags, I learned how to use the href attribute and the target attribute as well. I learned how to use the button tag as well. So first I created a folder on my desktop and I named the folder html css course. So after creating the folder, I went to my VS Code, I went to my VS Code to open my VS Code, to open the folder I created on my desktop in my VS Code. And you can do that by opening your VS Code. On the home page you see, open your VS Code, on the home page you see file. Like on the home page you're going to see file at the left corner of the home page. You're going to see file, click on file, and when you click on file, click on open folder, click on that. After clicking on that, you're going to go to the desktop and select the HTML CSS course, then you open it, right? And after that, you're going to create a file and name the file practice.html. You can give it any name. I chose to give it practice. And before that, I used we were asked to download live server from the extensions provided. Mine is already installed, that's why you are saying installed, that's why, but mine is already installed. So that's that. You guys can go ahead to download live server for easy access, to easily run your codes after. And I'm back to my VS Code. So I'm naming my file practice.html. You can give it any other name, but it has to end with .html to know the type of file we're saving. And so I'm going to start first with the headers, which is the h1 to the h6 header that I learned at the beginning, right? So let's get into it. And inside them I am putting a text, hello world. I feel that's like universal text for a new programmer. Hello world. So hello world it is. So that's me writing. I've written my h1 and my h2, and now I'm my h3, hello world, my h4, hello world. And my h5, yes, I am putting enough spacing because so it can be neat, legible and bold, and I can also know the starting and the ending of my tags as well, the opening and the closing of each of my tags. Yes. Then my h6, yes. So if we save it, so we're going to save it and run it through live server. But all I did was, or if you look at the right hand side, the right hand side of the VS Code down, like below, at the bottom rather, you see go live. All I had to do was click on go live and it automatically opened in my Chrome. I had the best browser to use is the Google Chrome, which is what I'm going to be using, and I had to go and change that in my settings. I had to change my default browser to Google Chrome in my settings. You can also do that. It's very simple. So after running it, this is it here. So the largest hello world you're seeing is the h1. That's the largest header with the largest font, h1 tag, while the smallest is the h6. tag. So you can see h1, h2, h3, h4, and h6. So let's move along. Also, this next one we are doing is the paragraph. So also everything, so everything inside, from the h1 to the from the opening tag to the closing tag, is called an element. Everything from the opening tag to the closing tag is called an element. h1, h2 is called a tag, right? h1, h2 is called a tag. The element from h1 to h2 is called an element. And I think the hello word is called the value also. Yes, I'm going to read about that again and explain further. I'm sorry. Then my paragraph, I'm writing my name is John Smith in my paragraph tag. And also we're going to go next to the anchor tag, right? The anchor tag. And the anchor tag is used to name your link. The anchor tag is actually used to call a link and give the link a name. So the name of I'm trying to call Netflix. I'm trying to link to Netflix, right? So I'm going to just write link to Netflix. That's like a simple thing to do. Link to Netflix. So I'm going to go to my Chrome, my browser, open a. Okay, so if you can see that when I went live and I'm trying to click on the link, it's not clicking. That's because we have not called a link. There is no website, there is no link in our anchor tag for it to call. That is just giving the link a name. That's the title of the link, right? So what I'm going to do now is, so in order to do that, I have to put href. I have to use href. So the href attribute determines where the link element will take us to. That is where the link goes. The href attribute tells us where the link will take us. That's where the link goes. And the syntax rule for an attribute is we have to put a space between the tag name and the attribute, else the computer reads it as a tag name instead. So there is no tag name that is called a ref without a space in between the a and the href. I don't know if you understand. It has to have there has to be a space in between the a and the href for the computer to read that, oh, okay, href is an attribute, right, which is being called inside a tag, which is the anchor tag. And the href attribute is usually comes with the double quotes. It comes with a double quote, right? So while I'm doing the whole Netflix, I'm trying to copy the website from Netflix.com. So mine will easily open like this because I already have Netflix account. That's my family. Yeah, that's my family's account. So I've copied it and I've pasted it. And bear in mind that the text to the left side of the equal to sign is known as the attribute name, while to the right hand side it's called the attribute value, and it must be surrounded by a double quotes. So the Netflix.com is the attribute value, while the href is the attribute name. And we've gone to code Netflix.com, we've pasted it inside our double quotes, and I have gone to, I ran my code, and now the link is clickable. But you can see when I clicked on the link, if I click on the link, the netflix.com opens on my current page. You can see, but I want to do it in a way that when I click on link to Netflix, it is going to take me, it's going to open a new tab and open in a new tab. So by doing that, I have to call the target attribute. And so I'm going to, so remember, the syntax rule for an attribute is we have to put a space between the tag name and the attribute, else the computer reads it as a tag name. So space, we put a space after the double quotes where our netflix.com is in. We space target and we set the target to blank, right? So if we save that and run it, you can see it is going to open in a new page, in a new tab rather. It will open in a new tab, right? Not on the current tab. So that's it. The next one we'll be doing is the button tag. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to zoom out so that you can easily see that as well. Although it might affect me because I can't see smaller fonts, that's why it looks enlarged. Okay, I've zoomed out, and yes, okay. So the next tag name we are doing, the next tag we are doing is the button tag, and the button tag is used to create button. Those sign up buttons you see on website, those click here buttons you see on website, those login buttons you see on website, those okay buttons you see on website. This is how it was created. Yes, by using what? The button tag. Yes. So I've created my button and I'm putting sign up. But I quickly learned something on my own, right? Which was, I didn't like the way my link to Netflix and my button were side by side. So I used the break rule. The break rule doesn't have an opening tag or a closing tag. It's just a tag, right? And that is represented by just the BR. Please correct me if I am wrong. I hate the corrections, please. And like I said, please, you guys, you can reach me in my mail for anything. We can join hands together and improve ourselves intellectually as well. Thank you. I have done that, and you can see my sign up is already in the next line. And that is that. At the end of this, I was given an exercise to do, and I will display that exercise so you guys too can try it by yourselves as well. And don't forget, we learned h1 to h6, the h1 being the largest font while the h6 being the smallest font. We learned how to use the paragraph tag, we learned how to use the anchor tag, the href attribute, the target attribute, and we also learned how to use the button tag and break. The break, but the button tag, yes. So here is the exercise I was giving. So you guys can also practice it if you wish to. Yes. I'm trying to enlarge it to zoom in so you guys can see it. Yes. Yes. So it asks us to create a file 1a.html, 1b .html, and 1c.html, and do the exercises for 1a, 1b, 1c, and the 1d as well. Thank you. So that's all for today. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Like, share, follow. Thank you very much. Bye.